How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So we're back for another hardpoint spots and rotations video where we're going to be covering Berlin. Now this is a bit of a longer video, so I'm not going to keep you too long here with the intro, but do let me know if you want to see another game mode. Obviously we're going to be covering Kavutu next on this one because that's going to be the last hardpoint map. But let me know if there's any other game modes like Control or S&D and a specific map you'd like to see it on. So let's get straight into it now, guys, and I hope you enjoy. For P1, pretty much your best bet is going to be in this corner here, behind the counter, but you can watch your back here. Be wary of this windows, people may push up the alleyway, and you can also obviously sort of head glitch down that main corridor. And then personally, my favourite spot is going to be inside of this other room here. So basically, if you're here, you might want to be watching anyone flanking, trying to come around the back up these steps, and you could, if they're spawning on that side, you can hold that bottom door from fire. Basically, if your team is already there, or maybe over there, to watch that back corner. Worth noting that you can actually sit up on top of this, but up here you won't really be capturing the point, but it can be a good spot for any other game mode, so it's worth noting that as well. And another little spot would be over on this side, where you can get a really good angle on this door here, and also just watch if anybody's pushing through the side there, pretty much. And then one little out of zone spot that I'd like to use really is anywhere along this back alley. So this can be a really good hold here down these low steps, because you will pretty much guarantee people are going to try and push here off the start. So it might be worth coming here and just holding it down pretty much. But you can even keep peeking in and out of this door if you want to cap. You can sort of go like that, snake in and out, or you can hold this top area here and watch this corridor. And pretty much you've got the whole place on lockdown at this point. So yeah, there's a few little spots to capture this one. So P2, this can get a little bit hectic at times, but basically my favourite spot to cap this is going to be on top of this little box here in the corner, as you will get people pushing in through this window, but try not to break it unless you really have to. You can just sit here and sort of pre-aim, and then hopefully you can get another teammate somewhere watching the crossing for these doors. And also you can sit in this side as well. I believe you can get up. No, you cannot get up on that. So yeah, basically you want to sit in either one of these corners and you can just get the whole room on lockdown, but you will get people coming through these doors. Now that's pretty much your best bet, to be honest, for capping, because if you stood over here, then you're more open to people coming through there, or down the stairs, or up top there. So let's get into some out of zone spots for this one. Now personally, this is a really nice spot if you've got an AR. You can sit here and watch this whole street, and nobody's really going to be getting in, and you can even watch if anybody's crossing through there, and you can call them out to your teammates, and maybe they can cross out like this and pre-fire at the door or pre-aim it. And then another really good one would be to maybe have a teammate anywhere up on this area really, and you can really stop people pushing in through that way. You can even watch through these windows, watching down there. You could even, if you really wanted to, get up top mid, and then you can sort of watch the flank or people trying to push that way or that way, or pretty much any way which they're spawning. Another spot I really like is if they're coming from towards that P3 area, then you can sit here and really take them out, and it can be really frustrating for them to try and take you out. You can keep peeking in and out like so. So it's just worth noting down, if you keep all these spots on lock, then it's going to be very hard for the enemies to push you. So for P3, we won't be sort of in any of the corners once again. Personally, I like having this door like this, and you can even jump on top of this lamp, and now you're going to get a very nice view if you shoot the door out of that far sort of front crossing there, if anybody's coming in, and you can just sort of watch anybody coming through here. You'll know if they're coming through this door because they'll probably be throwing grenades, or your teammates may be shooting them. And you can also even tuck away in this corner, get a little bit more cover, but you are sort of susceptible for getting slide cancelled, so just bearing that in mind, and you may be able to take them out. You know, pretty much any corner you're going to be needing to play on this map, on this hill, sorry, but you can also play behind this desk, and that is only sort of dependent if you have teammates watching you back. And then also, if you play this little angle here, you're going to be able to stop people pushing in through this front spot here. So yeah, pretty much just get in some cover and just hold down any spot to cap it. And now some out of zone spots, I would say this back area here, the back window, if you can get rid of this woods somehow. I swear sometimes it feels a little bit hard to push or to break sometimes, but from here you can watch anyone crossing in from there, anyone crossing in from fire as well. And then also, of course, you've got to mention these windows. You're going to get a really good angle just to stop anybody pushing in through that far door there. And you can just about angle yourself into the room to peek in and out. So if you wanted to keep capping and they're pushing through fire, you can get like that. And then also, obviously, this is going to be one of the best spots to hold this street down. You can kind of head glitch off the wall here and just hold it down. And then even from this little sandbag area, peek in and out of cover, and you're going to be able to stop them pushing up the street. So P4 is going to be one of the spots with the least amount of cover, but you can get yourself in a nice little spot like this underneath the train, and you can watch that far angle. You will get prone blocked slightly, but this is sort of dependent on your teammates as well, watching your back. You can also get behind these steps here, which I'm sure a lot of you know. You can maybe peek in and out. You can even sort of head glitch off the wall as well, and then you can also tuck yourself in right here inside of the spot. You can literally just play your life here and just play the time if you really wanted to. And then also a spot you can kind of use as well. If you lie down nicely on these steps here, you just angle yourself in, you're going to be able to get a nice head glitch of people pushing up there, but you're also very open from this side. But it's just sort of trying to be creative with it, and just, you know, even just lying down, you're going to have a better chance than if you're sort of standing up somewhere. But now, some out of zone spots, obviously we've got to mention up top in this little tower. From here, you're going to be able to cover that whole side from towards the dock area, and even down the side of the train station, the main train station door. And then also, if you shoot out some of the wood, you're going to get a very nice angle of anyone pushing that way. And then, of course, you want to hold down this back corner as well if you're on the AR, and this is going to stop anybody flanking from around that direction there. And you can sort of just, you know, move in and out of the cover and just watching where the enemies are coming from. And then, of course, if you wanted to, you can also play this roof as well. If you get here nice and early, get some teammates set up in all of these spots, then you're going to have very nice coverage of that back area and this whole mid area towards train station and towards P4. So using these spots, you should be able to lock down this whole point. So lastly, we've got P5. This is going to be in the mid map, and this one is a little bit crazy as well. But if you wanted to, you can hold down the time with these different spots in each corner. So depending on where the enemies are pushing from, obviously if they're coming from this direction, it might be a good idea to get in this corner here by this pillar. And then you have a nice bit of cover if somebody's pushing in from behind as well. And then also this works in the opposite corners, so this one will work as well. And from here you can see around the back there. And then maybe if they're coming from this angle, you can hold down this corner, and then the same again here as well. You can even use this little sort of mid area if they're pushing in. You can use this as a little head glitch as well, and that works both ways. But you are very exposed there from each side. Can be a very hard one to hold down this, but I'll show you some spots out of the map. So if you come up here, then you're going to be able to watch anybody flanking pretty much through P2. And you can even go up top as well, and this is going to allow you to shoot anybody across the map pretty much. But you will be a target up here. They probably will expect it, but it's a good one to know. You can watch each doorway, pretty much have a very good overview of the entire map there. And also, I quite like this tank. This is obviously only from this side, but you can use this to watch over that mid area towards the statue and towards the fire as well. And you can just give good call outs for your teammates as well. And there we go. That's going to do for P5. Also, just another one worth noting for P5, it's going to be holding down the stairs heavy. This is going to watch anybody flanking from that P1 area, and you can even see out this back window as well. So it's just another spot there that I forgot to mention earlier. So let's get on to some of the routes and rotations you're going to want to make on Berlin. Remember, this is a pretty big map, and some of the rotations are going to be a bit longer, so you want to give yourself enough time. But up first, we're going to go from spawns to P1. So if you're spawning up this top area, the top street, we're going to go straight through P3. Very nice, easy rotation, this one. Burst straight through the door, hop straight through this glass that'll be there, and we're going to play this corner and then just pre-aim pretty much and just wait for them to push in. You're going to try and get a teammate over on that side as well. If you wanted to as well, if your teammate's already going to do that spot, then I would probably chow this sort of side alley, watch if anybody's going to be coming. And round here, you're probably going to get into your first gunfight. If not, then you can actually play these side doors, see if you can watch anybody pushing in like that. Or if you really wanted to, you could come from spawn. And then, so say you come through P3 the same as before, come down these steps here, and then play this bottom door. Now you're going to be able to see enemies probably pushing in here, or if not, you could play a side alley and get the flank on them as well, being a little bit more aggressive, and then back into P1. Now from the train yard spawn to P1, then you're going to be looking at pushing straight up this alley, similar to what I showed you from the other side. Now you could play this door if you want to get straight on the point, but you want to come to this alley here, sort of chow this stairway here, because you're probably going to bump into someone. If not, then you want to swing it around, and then from here you probably catch someone running in here, or you want to just chow this spot like that, or you can even hop up and take them out. If you wanted to be a little bit more sneaky, come to this window, catch them off guard, and there you go, you got the spot, and now you can hold down anybody pushing in from this angle. You can probably flip the spawns as well from there. The most basic route from P1 to P2 is going to be through the corridor, through mid, and then I personally would like to break down through this window, and there you go. It's going to be a very fast rotation. You can even come across through this top way here, and then you can clear anybody out from here like so, like that, or you can come down the stairs as well. Another little route you can use if you want to come from P1 to P2 is going to be, so you're going to come from here, out the window, past the statue, and then honestly you want to just come in straight through this front door like that, or you could also go really the long way around. You know, you can push in from this way towards fire, so you can get those spawns ready for that P3 flank. They may get this point, but if you are coming in from this direction, spawning up there, then you're going to be set up for the next point, which will lead us on to the next part of the video. So P2 to P3, honestly, you want to just try to go straight up the streetway, because this is going to give your team spawns over there. Now, personally, I would run straight around the back like this, and then straight in. You want to be doing this when there's about maybe 15-20 seconds left of P2. This is going to allow your team spawn up here, and you're going to get that nice spawn advantage over them pretty much. But if you didn't want to run that one and it's a little bit risky, you can come from P2 straight across here towards the statue area, and then you could go up top steps. Personally, I like running through fire, and then you're going to be able to get in, play a nice tight corner, and then just get set up and prepared for those enemies. If you're on the AR, you may want to reuse that spot I showed you before over these back steps, and this is just going to allow your teammates to spawn down here and just hold the pushes from the enemies. So from P3 all the way to P4, you want to try and make a nice early rotation. Honestly, probably your best bet, with about 20 seconds left, if you come down towards the docks area, then hopefully the enemies will still be focused on getting that P3 spot off you, but you're going to be flanking all the way around. This is a very long rotation, but you are going to set yourself up with spawns. Now, just be warned, if an enemy has beat you here, they're probably going to be on this train heady, but if not, then you can try and take that from them, and then you're going to have very nice spawns for this as well, and just be able to catch those enemies off guard. Now, another route you could use, basically if you're coming from P3, once again, you want to get here nice and early, but say you're coming from P3, then personally I would run through that door there, and you want to be coming through bottom fire, and then it's a little bit more risky this one, but through the bottom of the fire, then through train station, out wide, and then you could even play the tower at this point, clear out this back area, and then take it yourself. So it's going to be just all about taking this back area, and then if you do get there first, then watch anybody on that flank there. You can even play the roof, or just get onto time yourself and get those points capping. So it's probably the shortest rotation on the map. This is going to be P4 to P5. Obviously, you can literally just run straight up onto it. But if you want to set yourself up in a nice spot, you could run from P5 through bottom window into P2. And then personally, I like to play the stairs and just literally keep running up, get up top, and there we go. You're going to be able to set up. And if you're coming from there and you have it, they're probably going to be coming from this way. So expect them coming from fire and train station area. And then if you didn't want to come up top, then you can quite simply just run from here, straight up the stairs, chow this corridor, and then there you go. You're going to be in time, and you can play one of these close corners and get set up for that defense. P5 to P1, back once the sort of points reset. This is going to be a little bit of a close one as well, so honestly, your best bet is just going to be able to run straight through the corridor. This depends on where the enemy's going to be, so if you didn't want to do that, you can actually play it out wide, and you could come through this door here, or play that alleyway push and just get set up. You could play outside of the point to catch the enemies running in as well, but if you wanted to do a little bit more of a sneaky one, not necessarily sneaky, but depending on where the enemies are once again, you can play this low statue if the enemies are going to be beating you to it. Play the steps, make sure nobody's in that room, or if they are, take them out. And then from here, personally, I'd probably play this jump spot like that, and you're in through the window. You can shout at anybody who may be in here, or hopefully you've beat the enemies to it. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed. Apologies for it being a little bit of a longer one, got carried away whilst recording it, but I wanted to make sure I got all the spots and rotations that I could think of in this one, so I do hope you learned something or it's helped you out a little bit today. If it has, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Can't believe how close we are to getting 1,000 subs now. That was my goal, so we're going to try and reach that in the next few months, and we'll see what happens next. So guys, thank you all for watching, thank you always for the support, appreciate every single one of you. Hope you all have a good day, I'll see you in the next one.